Apparently, I am a bully. At least that's what people have been telling me the moment I made a meme out of a freaking horrendous fan art off of Tumblr. I simply just want to move on out of this stupid drama. I did move on, I make videos about other topics, and yet for some reason people are still talking about dramas that are weeks freaking old. I would just rather do the Mr. Medicore approach of dealing with Tumblrites. Don't give a damn about what they say and just make fun of them. Except without the snail-paced upload schedule. Thankfully, I am a fair person. 10% of the time. The best criticism that I can extract out of the hilarious death threats being sent at me is that the criticism that I have towards the art is insubstantial and worthless. To which I reply with a yes, it is an internet meme that I posted on Twitter that is about as valuable of a critique as an empty discarded box of milk, and you people are treating it as if it was the next spawn of Satan being dropped down from the sky by the order of the Führer. Why can't you people stop treating this silly, simple, harmless internet meme as if it was a direct order to gas the freaking Jews? So in the spirit of moving on from that stupid drama, let's do something fun. But since I have fapped to hentai, the next fun thing that I can do is to make videos about random topics. What about? Well, there's this game that people love to play on Twitter. You know this game, it's a get to know me sort of thing with 1 like equals 1 answer. But instead of answering it on Twitter and moving up and down between the question and the answer that makes your phone to do a metalhead impression, I decided to just answer it in the video because my videos have been getting so many thumbs up shoved on their ass more so than any hooker in Los Santos. Just shove that thumbs up right on his ass once again. Also, this video is coincidentally my 40k subscriber special, so welcome to all my brand new subscribers. I wonder what video that made you to make the healthy life decision of watching a bunch of videos from a skinny hentai-loving weeb from the far side of Southeast Asia. No, seriously, do tell me. Question 1. Explain your Twitter handle. If you didn't notice yet, my real last name is in the channel URL, which I dropped in there because I was an idiot with zero creativity. So people pretty much know who I am on the get-go, and I didn't make it too secret in my past videos anyway. My real name is Iwayan Pariesta Bandesa. Good luck pronouncing that, baka gaijins. My Twitter handle and my YouTube username simply comes from abbreviating my real name and adding 1 P on it. Some people think that it came from Appa, the flying bison from Avatar The Last Airbender, and Ben, as in what people do in Avatar The Last Airbender. It is definitely coincidental, and I am a fan of Avatar The Last Airbender, but that's not where it came from. Although one very important thing to note here is appabend is not YN. Real life me is a very reserved, introverted, and socially awkward person that barely interacts with anyone. My internet persona, if you can call it that, is a significantly edgier, more exaggerated version of me in real life, which is less of a persona and more of a shadow, because in some ways, what I express on the internet could be the amalgamation of my inner thoughts in a deeper, more subconscious level. Which explains why I make so many fap jokes as of late. Moving on. Question 2. Who inspires you and why? We're going to limit on who inspires me to make videos. Well, I make videos because I just want to share my opinions. I'm actually planning to start a second channel where I can just dump reviews of random games or movies or anime in there so that my news or internet drama channel can be kept separate. I actually love writing reviews of games or anime, and I have tons of scripts of them lying around waiting to be made a video of it. Anyway, as for my inspiration, unlike the adult comedians out there who grew up in a TV age that got their inspiration from comedians like Robin Williams or George Carlin, my inspiration mostly came from internet comedians who ironically took inspiration from those TV comedians. As I've already established, I'm 19 years old and is about to turn 20 this February. Back in 2010, I was 11, and back in those years, I watched a lot of Angry Joe. I find his videos informative, entertaining, and interesting to watch. He is one of my main inspirations, becoming more and more critical to a particular subject, especially towards video games, movies, and of course, greedy publishers. But Angry Joe isn't just my main inspiration. Ever since then, I started to watch a lot of Angry Video Game Nerd. I binge a lot of his videos, and they are not only addicting and informative, but also shows to me that a lot of games on the Nintendo Entertainment System aren't exactly masterpieces, to put it lightly. Another main inspiration for me is Nostalgic Critic. I love his delivery, I love his character, I love his sarcastic humor, I love the timing of his jokes, and by Nostalgic Critic, I mean back when he still has a brown wall instead of a white one. I also watch a lot of Channel Awesome members like Linkara and Todd at the Shadows, etc. So yes, people, you have to thank Angry Joe, Nostalgic Critic, and other Channel Awesome members for essentially spawning the Führer that is me. So what about the political stuff? What makes you interested in talking about politics in video games or pop culture, etc.? I'm not really interested in the actual politics, I just like listening to people's perspectives on them even if I don't understand what they were talking about. One of my main inspirations in actually speaking up and start making videos is Sargon of Akkad, and I've been an OG fan since his Gamergate videos back in 2014. By the time I actually get to talk to him on a stream with Louie and Mitch, you can pretty much notice how hard I try not to freaking fangirl. Yes, I disagree with him in a lot of topics, especially his weeb-gassing comments, the DN dork. I just really like how his videos are incredibly informative and opens my eyes to a lot of things in the world, and he inspired me to open up a lot of people's eyes on certain issues in the world and that people just seem to ignore, like a dumbass internet drama about Tumblr rights being Tumblr rights. But one person in particular that you might notice to have a huge influence on me is definitely Ben Yahtzee Croshaw. I've been a fan for 8 years and I am astonished that people always consider him to be a really harsh critic when in reality he isn't. Not only that, I love his delivery, I love his fast-cutting twists and turns, he's able to make a comedic video that subverts your expectations, and in every video, he always surprises me with jokes and analogies that make me rolling in the floor laughing. He has a huge influence in me and I still binge his videos even to this day like a maniac. So if you notice that my videos are starting to feel oddly similar to his in terms of style and delivery, I wouldn't blame you at all, mostly because I say it just right after I binge another 10 episodes. Which reminds me that I should binge more Yahtzee! Yum yum! Question 3. Do you actually care about what others think of you? Now this is actually a good question. It all depends on whether or not the other person genuinely cares about me or what I do. It depends on how much respect that the other person gave to me. I would care a lot more about the views of those who respect me as a person than the views of those who just treat me like garbage, like the people who send me death threats and wanted me to be crucified. I would rather mock them instead of actually caring about what the hell they were saying. I care more about the feedback of those with a nice intention rather than just wanting to piss on me. Not saying that it's not fine to piss on me, I certainly pissed on others. It's just that it's going to be very hard to sympathize with you if that is the case. So to put it simply, if you respect me and actually address my arguments, I will care about your views on me. If you don't respect me, then be prepared to have yourself pissed on. Question 4. What are you most looking forward to? I look forward to actually try the Switch, which I'm going to buy tomorrow thanks to the ad revenue storming in. By the way, much obliged internet and also my patrons for kicking ass. I look forward to streaming some video games on the console. I also look forward to have my own anime studio in the far future. Also, if you're a fan of me from Europe, specifically Netherlands or Swiss, in about 6 months or so, I would probably visit you guys for 2 or 3 days. So I look forward to do that and also tell those filthy Dutches to check their privilege after 350 years of invasion and slavery, you goddamn. Question 5. What is the one rule life you follow? Be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. And if you get it, then you just might not know what to do with it. Question 6. What is your dream job? A director for an anime studio, or a movie, or an entire anime, or a producer of animations in general, because I love animations, but I cannot draw. So in the future, if I have way too much money, I will invest it in making anime by hiring amateur artists, animators, music producers, and people with actual talent. But that time is not now, maybe when I have $2,000 per month on Patreon. Question 7. Which fictional character do you wish you could meet? That's an interesting question, but I have already met Igor and the rest of the Persona cast, so I don't think they count. I do, however, want to meet Tintin in real life. He is my childhood hero and would probably be good friends if he didn't nerd out about historical stuff all the time. There's also one character that I just want to give a huge high five for being so freaking awesome, and that is Koiwai from Recovery of an MMO Junkie. This character is easily one of the most lovable supporting characters that I have ever seen in anime ever. He is basically if Lelo from Code Geass is a kind-hearted Cupid, a really damn good tactician and master planner who loves to tease his friends and prank them a lot, but his pranks are basically his way of being a kind-hearted Cupid with a heart of gold. This guy is amazing, and Recovery of MMO Junkie is worth it just to see this guy in action. Seriously, go see it. Question 8. As a child, what did you want to be when you grew up? A reporter, because I watched too many Tintin, but Tintin is a reporter the same way Indiana Jones is a professor. I like their swashbuckling treasure hunting adventures more than their actual professions. Question 9. If you were a cartoon character, who would you be? What are you talking about? I already am a cartoon character with my own personality, but in the interest of keeping things fair, if I wasn't a cartoon character already, I would be... Well, it's an anime because I'm not too familiar with Western cartoons in general. I would be like Akitsuki from Blend S or Ryuji from Toradora, except without the obsession on cleaning things. Fun fact, because I was so tall and I looked so scary and intimidating in middle school, one of my good friends actually thought that I was a bully, when in reality I'm just some dork. I know this because he literally said that to me, which even I find surprising. Count me in as breaking stereotypes. Question 10. What skill would you like to master? Drawing and making music. I am horrendous at the former, but slightly better in the latter. Question 11. In what situation would you feel most out of place in? every traditional religious ceremony that my family attend to and the ones that I have to attend to. Fun fact, while I am Balinese, I was born in Bandung, Jawa. I can speak Indonesian, but my Balinese is not great and I have no clue how to speak Javanese, so there's that. Question 12. What artist do you really like but rarely admit to liking? Definitely Westlife. I have too many childhood memories of listening to all of their songs, and by all, I mean all of them. Question 13. What gets you fired up? To be honest, I couldn't really tell the last time where I got really fired up or get super angry, at least towards things on the internet. I mostly get angry and pissed off about stuff happening in my own life. I hate it when my parents just tell me that they're going out somewhere but then later said, hey, you have to go too, so take a shower and prepare yourselves. Would have been absolutely fine if it weren't for them telling me literally after I woke up in the morning. If you told me yesterday, then I would have more time to prepare charging my phone so that I can listen to music while you two ramble about other stuff. Question 14. What annoys you the most about fandoms that you're a part of? Since I'm not a part of the types of fandoms that Tumblr are into, I can't really comment, but if we're talking about the anime fandom, I have a severely high tolerance of cringe, so I can't really say what annoys me. Maybe if you're specific with that question, I can answer that. Question 15. What do you do to get rid of stress? 3 things. Make videos, play Vidya, and FAP. Question 16. You have to relive one day of your life forever. Which day do you choose? Now that is a pretty freaking difficult question. Honestly, I can't really pick one, at least the good days that I want to relive forever. But if I'm a horrendous masochist, I would pick up my middle school scout days. Especially camping. I mean, Jesus Christ, they're horrible. Question 17. How quickly do you jump into conclusions about people? Admittedly, a lot quicker than I should have. I try not to, but that doesn't mean that I am successful all the time. Question 18. If you were a doll, what accessories would you like to be sold with? A blue cap. Obviously. Question 19. What have you done in your life that has given you the most satisfaction? Buying really expensive things with money that I gained from my own work. After making tons and tons of videos, I have finally got to a point where I can just reach into the stars, and I couldn't be happier with that. Again, thank you so much, guys. Question 20. What would be the worst thing to put in a pinata? A dead body, obviously. Question 21. What is the biggest waste of money you've ever seen? That question should have been rewarded with what's the biggest money that I have ever done, because that's literally what I've done in the past couple of months. Wasting tons and tons of money. Question 22. What common misconception do you hate to be repeated as fact? Half of gamers are women. People constantly parade that as if it was fact, and there are so many statistics that show a lot more nuance to the statement. Question 23. Where is the best place to go to meet awesome people? I don't have that many friends, but when I do gather up with my friends, anywhere is nice as long as we can have fun. Question 24. What food do you crave the most? Definitely Kit Kats. You can never ever have enough Kit Kats. Question 25. What TV series do you keep coming back and rewatching? That would definitely be the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob SquarePants. Question 26. Among your friends, what are you best known for? In my middle school and my high school, I was known for being that dork who minds his own business, barely interacts with anyone, and is really damn good at English. And when I say damn good, I mean to the standards of Indonesians, which is not very good. In my middle school, I was also known to be very intelligent and an upstanding role model for the students, which is pretty freaking hilarious because I got the reward for the first place in my class while practically doing 0 studies. Among my college friends, they know me as a gamer and a weeb who is also a YouTuber and really damn good in English and in some cases programming. I don't promote my YouTube channels to my real life friends, but they found out about it themselves and they can't stop joking about it the moment I was around. Question 27. Who of your friends is most like you? This is a rather private question, but I can kind of answer it because one of my friends that I went on a live stream with, Gilang, is pretty much like me, even if we disagree with so many things. He also has a YouTube channel, coincidentally, and that video that I showed you is literally his video in my hard drive because he used my laptop quite a lot back then for editing videos. Question 28. What was the most traumatizing moment of your life? Drowned in a hotel swimming pool. Thankfully, I'm a hell of a lot better at swimming ever since then. Question 29. What is the best lesson that you've learned in the work of fiction? Harem is not only overrated but has real-life consequences. Question 30. What is something you will never do again? I really wanted to tell you, but honestly, it's not worth telling you because I am not good at keeping promises that I tell myself. So there you have it. Those are all the questions about me. Now that I've made a video, next thing to do to not get stressed out is playing video games and fapping. I have played some video games, so all that's left is fapping. Cheerio!